The and the K. They're rolling. They're fucking rolling. I forgot to get water. Fuck. Oh, shit. Hey, everyone. Welcome back to the Lunchtime Serenade episode number.
The Lunchtime Serenade episode number.
How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to the Lunchtime Serenade episode number. This is podcast 67, and we have the stand. We're eating the stand today. We're sitting while standing. Sitting is the new smoking, I heard, so we got some stand.
Sitting is the new smoke. Dude, did you just have a stroke?
Sitting is the new smoking.
Is it?
That's what people are saying. I don't know. It's a bullshit thing to say.
That's an insane thing.
Sitting is the new smoking. That's what they say. Why did they put this in a paper bag?
Yo! What is it?
Fries?
Oh, fuck yeah, dude. I was like, do these come with fries or do I have to order fries separately?
Yeah.
Because that's one of like the most annoying things is having to like order fries separately.
I hate that. If I'm getting a sandwich, yeah, I want some goddamn fries or some chips or something.
Right.
Don't just give me an a la carte sandwich. What kind of bullshit is that? Yo, that looks fire.
Dude, okay, so from the stand today, I got myself a nice little ahi tuna sandwich, which I always kind of feel bad eating tuna.
Is it bad for the environment or something? Or what?
Well, tuna's like super overfished, right? So like on the East Coast, they give you one, if you're a tuna fisherman, they give you one tag. You can catch one tuna a year. Or like a season, I guess, is the thing. So like, yeah, they're massive and they yield a lot of like meat, you know? But you're only allowed to catch one because there's just not enough.
Because there's not enough.
So like sustainable tuna, sustainable fishing as a whole is kind of like becoming more of a thing. But you don't. It's touch and go basically. Like the ones that are kind of getting there faster than anything is salmon. Like you're seeing a lot more like sustainable like salmon farming or fishing and stuff like that. But salmon's like pretty close to endangered, I'm pretty sure.
Holy shit.
Like it's actually like it's kind of bad. Tuna's really bad. It's like right on the cusp.
That's wild. I didn't know that. I'm not much of a fish person.
I love fish, and as like an alternative to beef, it's even better.
Sure.
It's not really an alternative. I mean, it's still an animal, you know.
Yeah, but it's like a protein. It's not as
exactly, and like there's a lot more like better fats in it than just like straight up fat from like red meat.
Yeah.
And I like cows, man. I like cows.
I know. It's a hard habit to kick.
But goddamn, do I love
fish.
A nice seared piece of ahi tuna.
All right. First impression. I am pretty sure I've had this on the pod before.
What is it? What did you get?
I haven't had this exact thing on the pod, but I'm pretty sure we had the stand on the pod.
We have had the same. I'm almost positive because it's like it's impossible to not have it in this area.
That's what I thought. I got a crispy onion burger with like extra honey sriracha aioli. Yeah, it's absolute fire. I was gonna get the Southwest wrap, which
I was thinking about that too, dude.
It looked also very good, but I was like, you know what? I just played 3 hours of tennis. I need some. You know?
You need something to fill up that space, that void. Yeah, dude, I feel that. I was also between. I was looking at the wraps initially, and then I went to sandwiches, and then I was like, fuck. They have a shaved short rib. Like grilled cheese. Oh, dude, it looks so good. So I was deciding between these two, and I was like, we'll go for it. Why not?
This is fire.
Dude, you put crispy onions on anything?
Yeah.
Kills it.
This is so good.
Megan always orders like a shit ton of crispy onions. She'll get like the thing of French fried onions.
Yeah.
We'll cook with them, and then she'll just eat the rest of them. It's so good.
I just got a packet from Trader Joe's. I'm so stoked to use them.
Dude, so good. Fuck, this is really good.
Yeah.
And as like a kind of a cold sandwich, it works really well. Like usually like eating something cold on brioche to me is like too mushy, but this has like enough like crunch with it with like the coleslaw and those fucking crispy onions, dude. This is a banger of a sandwich. Holy shit.
This is one of the better quote unquote healthy burgers I've had, you know, non-fast food burgers. Wow. I give it a 8.5, close to a 9, honestly. This is great.
I feel like I'm always the most generous when we're like, quote unquote, reviewing the food. I'm 100% giving this like a 9.25.
Wow. All right.
So good. And that's the thing, like, food doesn't need to be crazy to be good.
I agree.
And like, I think there is a place for everything, and everybody has their own tastes. This is like my specific taste.
Yeah.
Is like slightly like higher end than like diner food, I guess. But that's exactly what I always go for.
Yeah. Truly. I'm not a sophisticated man. I don't have a super sophisticated palate. Like, you give me a good sandwich, and I'm fucking, like, I'll run with that any day. Ow.
Take me to Subway. Let me eat their bread that's not technically bread. I'm fine.
Yeah.
That's good for me.
Yeah. I do fuck with their cheddar jalapeno, or whatever the fuck they call it.
The one that
Italian
I love is,
cheese.
I can't remember if it's from Jersey Mike's or Jimmy John's, but it's like Dutch Crunch. Or is that Subway?
Ike's. That's Ike's.
Ike's. Oh, dude.
Dutch Crunch is from Ike's.
We've had Ike's twice on the pod, and I'm already like, maybe we should get it.
We've had it twice on the pod?
I'm pretty sure. No, we have only had it once.
Sal's. And
it was Fat
Ike's.
Sal's, and I'm thinking, yeah. Oh, dude, this is so
I'm
good.
down to run Ike's back, dude. Holy shit. Ike's is so good.
So good. There's one in Burbank, right?
There is one in Burbank.
I was talking my fucking mouth full. Which is like 30% of the podcast anyways. So
Honestly,
it's just like talking
the
through
first
like
30 minutes of every podcast is us going like, yeah, like trying to catch up.
By the way,
yeah,
as I'm like trying to like
you
swallow.
like say something while someone else is swallowing.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm trying to fill the time while we're both just like in ecstasy for a little bit. Oh man.
Oh my god, the first 30 minutes of the pod are the best. Truly.
They really are. They really are the best. Like the better like jokes come later, but this is the entertainment. Am I right?
All you mukbangers out there.
Which act of the podcast is your favorite?
Act 1 or Act 2?
Leave that in the comments below.
Let us know. Wow, this shit is fire.
This is like this weird Excalibur.
We gotta pull the fry from the burg.
The fucking Excalibur in the McDonald's world. The Hamburglers trying to pull the fry from the
What happened
burger.
to all the McDonald's characters? They used to like use them so much, and now they're just like not even Ronald McDonald anymore.
Dude, they made a Hamburglar joke in Peacemaker.
Really?
Yeah, like this guy like is trying to describe a dude who like killed these cops, and he's just describing the Hamburglar, and they walk away and they're just like, he just described the Hamburglar.
That's fucking hilarious.
And they're like, well, he could have looked like that, and they're like, no, we can't. And I was just like, fuck, the Hamburglar existed.
Yeah.
That was a thing for like a huge period of time.
Grimace.
Oh yeah, the purple chicken
one?
nugget.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think he's just a moldy chicken nugget.
Yeah, I think that's like what the chicken McNugget is before they put the breading on it
Yeah.
and cook it. It's
So
just
like
a purple blob.
the mold itself gained sentience and grew a face, and that's what Grimace is. Grimace is sentient mold.
I follow this sub. It's a recent follow, actually. It's called Moldly Interesting instead of Mildly Interesting.
Oh no.
And it's just mold growing on shit. It's just people like, yo, I've had this like Chobani yogurt in my fridge for 5 years, and I just took it out today. Check it out. And it's disgusting.
Hate that. I hate that exists, dude. Anytime. So there is one particular item that we buy from places that molds almost instantly, dude. And it pisses me off. Every time we go to Ralph's, we get like this like specific piece of like French loaf bread that we always like, we slice it, turn it into like garlic bread, and then also make like bruschetta with it.
Oh, nice.
And that's kind of like our thing with it. But there's always like maybe a quarter of it left by the time we have done what we needed it to do. It has produced what it needed it to produce. We'll pull it out of the cupboard. It's just blue.
Because you keep it in the cupboard.
Where am I supposed to keep it?
Put it in the fridge. Open bread, put that shit in the fridge.
But then
Cupboard
it's like
is dark and cold.
Yeah, but then it's
like dark and warm.
But then it's like cold bread. Why would I want cold bread?
Or then just keep it out on your, I don't know. Keep it out.
Do people still use bread boxes? Is that a thing?
Maybe. Anytime I leave my bread in the pantry, it molds.
Huh.
After I open it.
Which is weird because like the other types of bread and like bagels that I put in there are usually normally fine.
Oh, really?
For like 4 weeks longer than that thing. Which 4 weeks is not, you shouldn't really be.
That's a lot of time.
But like, you know what I mean. Like, you know, when you find like the one like hamburger bun that like got pushed behind everything and you're like, oh wow, it's still okay. probably preservatives, but
I was gonna say, I wonder if that's the difference because like that shit is fresh from the bakery versus
versus eating basically science, Right.
Interesting. Yeah, whenever I do that shit, and I get like artisan bread, fucking like bread that's not like, sliced and packaged, it always molds if I leave it in the pantry.
Dude, what if artisan bread was like getting a latte at like a coffee shop? Like you get the bread and it's like fucking swirly and shit.
You
and
make
it, like,
the design on the top of the bread.
Yeah. You ask to get like a Gundam made on top of it, and they're like, boom, here you go.
You go to like you have like a favorite baker that you go to. He just makes it exactly how I like it,
Yeah, it's just perfect. No, right amount of crunch.
Yeah, his like yeast to I don't know, flour ratio is perfect.
The bubbles inside of it are just incredible. The right amount of air.
Could be. Maybe back in the 1600s, people had like, their baker that they'd go to.
Yeah.
Their butcher, their baker,
right.
Their candlestick maker, like all those.
Yeah.
Their blacksmith.
Yeah, their prostitute is what it is.
Wow.
That's how I envision like Victorian London. Is everybody has like a specific prostitute that they go to. I don't know why.
Is Elizabeth in today?
They're like, no, love, it's only Meredith.
I'll come back tomorrow.
All right, love. I'll keep it nice and warm for you. I'm sorry. that was gross.
Brothels.
Yeah.
There's a movie coming out that I think you would like. I don't know if you've seen a trailer for it. Speaking of just like olden times, it's called like The Northman or The North something. I saw that trailer and I was like, Brian's gonna see this fucking opening weekend.
Dude, that cast is incredible. The trailer's great, and it's directed by Robert Eggers, which is the guy that did The Witch. So it's like, and this is not supposed to be a horror movie.
Right, it doesn't look like one.
I'm like, for the trailer, and I saw his name, I was just like, did he make a Viking horror movie? And then I watched the trailer, and I was like, oh, it's not horror, but there's some scary shit
intense,
in here. Yeah, dude.
Yeah, I saw that in the... What was I seeing? I was seeing some... Fuck, I don't even remember what I was... I'm so spoiled with this fucking movie pass. I don't even remember what movie I'm seeing anymore.
Dude, have you seen that Movie Pass is coming back?
Oh, like the original one?
Yeah.
No,
The OG
what?
Movie Pass is coming back. The way that they're doing it is that you can watch ads to get free movies. Yeah. So, like, you pay the subscription fee, and then you watch ads, like, on your own time. And apparently, they're trying to employ, like, an eye-tracking thing. Where, like, if you don't look at the ad, it'll pause the ad, and it won't give you the credit until you look back at it. Like, you have to watch the ad.
Bro.
Yeah.
That's terrifying.
Yeah. Why do that when I can just pay $20 to AMC and go see fucking
They're not
IMAX
gonna...
movies?
Do they think that is the idea? That's not gonna work.
No.
They're like, oh, you know what?
Right. Like, I'd rather just pay it. The convenience of not having to watch ads and just watching the ads on the fucking IMAX screen, cool.
So the ads that you're watching are just like commercials for movies? Like trailers?
No, it's like on your phone. It's like ads.
Like actual ads?
Yeah. Like, imagine like Google AdSense ads on your phone, and then they give you credit for watching those ads.
How many ads do you have to watch, though? Like, that,
I don't know.
That model never works.
And I'm pretty sure, like, this I'm pretty sure is all, like, fucking speculation and stuff. Like, I've read a couple of articles that kind of state the same facts. So it seems to be a positive through line of, like, these are the features.
Right.
But there really aren't any details.
Sure.
So, like, it could be, like, fucking one ad equates to one movie, which would be, holy shit, that's kind of dope. But at the same time, if it's like, oh, you watch one ad that gives you, like, 5 cents.
Right.
Whereas $16
is like, no, that's not going to work.
That's not worthwhile here. If you do it in, like, I don't know, Nebraska, maybe that's fine. But
right. Where the movies are probably $4 a piece.
Dude,
not here though.
Did you ever go to I can never remember the name of the place, but it was in Niles in Michigan.
Wonderland.
Yeah, Wonderland.
I love Wonderland.
Dude, Wonderland was the fucking bomb. What a place.
Anytime I'm home, I'm like, let's go to Wonderland. It's incredible.
What a great business model.
It's like
movies for the people, man.
Yeah, truly. The movies are, for those of you unacquainted, it's not a dollar movie. Like, they have the newest movies out.
No.
I think there's maybe 8 theaters. They're very small. Nothing fancy, no reclining seats, no whatever.
It's just a movie theater.
The movie tickets are like $3, and the snacks are like $2 to $3. A large popcorn's like $3.50.
I have no idea how they've stayed in business.
No
this
idea.
Long.
No
Insane
idea.
to me, but it's so dope.
It's incredible, truly, and it feels just like it's got that like old towny vibe, like, you know, old school. Like, this is what the movies are supposed to be, and probably what they were, you know, back in the 60s.
Yeah, like, it's just been around in that fucking town for forever. Yeah. It's in Niles, Michigan, for anybody wondering, which is, like a 5-minute drive from our houses.
It's so close.
Every time I remember that, like, I could walk to the Michigan border from my house is always funny to me.
It's real trippy. Yeah. It's just such a good business model, but of course now it's way overpriced, I think. I think obviously the subscription model that AMC has is the only, like, viable way. It's
just so nice. Movies, you know? And, like, you know, obviously it's specifically just AMC, but, like, AMC theaters have so many options. Mm-hmm. And, like, getting the like the premium pass for, like, concessions and stuff too. Yeah. Being able to, like, order from your phone and have it there when you show up is great. Incredible. Yeah. The fucking movie theater by us is, like, so nice. I cannot remember this woman's name, but she is, like, the head of house. So, like, every time you come in, she, like, scans your tickets. The most lovely person I've ever met in my life.
Is it the one in the old abandoned mall?
I don't know if it's abandoned, but
it's
old.
Old mall. AMC's fucking huge.
Yeah, and there's, like, a PF Chang's next to it for some fucking reason.
Yeah, okay, that's where I went the other day.
So that's where...
Like, it's like, she's kind of like an older lady. Yeah. She's so nice.
Dude, that's so funny that you know now. Every time Megan and I go, she's always there. And when she's not there, we get, like, super sad about it.
Is it ever crowded there, dude?
No.
I was going to say, like, we went on Thursday to see Uncharted. We were doing something in Woodland Hills. And we're like, let's just go to the AMC here. And it's fucking, like, this is the first time, it's the premiere, basically, like, you know, because it came out on Friday. So we're there, and it's, like, prime time is, like, 6 p.m. 2 other people in the theater.
Yeah.
Insane.
Dude, we went to go see Scream, like, either, I mean, it was, like, the day or the day after it was released, and, like, kind of, like, the late afternoon, so, like, still whatever, but it's still Saturday, right?
Right.
And we roll in, there's, like, maybe 10 people in the whole Prime theater.
It's crazy.
Like, the only time I've seen it, like busy was when Shang-Chi came out. That was the only time that I saw it, like, busy, and our theater still was not. I think
Marvel movies are always going to be busy.
Right. Like, Spider-Man was still pretty busy, but, like, we saw that again, like, in the middle of the day, so, like, there wasn't that many people. That's so wild. It's just, like, it's just such a nice theater because they have everything. It's great. Yeah. They have IMAX, they have Prime, they have the Dolby stuff. Yeah. Nobody's ever there.
That's so
but
sick.
The concession stands always only ever have, like, 2 people working them. Mm-hmm. So they're just always swamped at the concession stand. And we always, like, order our shit because we don't want to fucking talk to anybody.
Yeah, they just have it right there in the window and you just roll it. It's so nice.
Do that. Go up there. It's never there. So we're always just, like, waiting by it, like, waiting for someone to look at us. And they're like, oh, my gosh, I'm so sorry. Like, we're so sorry that, like, we're like, running behind. Like, what's your order? Let me like, get that going. And we're just like, oh, it's just like a popcorn and an icy. Yeah. Like, don't worry. Like, don't kill yourself. They're always, like, so apologetic. And I'm like, God, I feel so bad.
Damn. I think I'm just, like, jaded because of the fucking City Walk. We go to the City Walk, and no matter what time of day, no matter how long the movie's been out, it's fucking packed.
Dude, go a little further and just go to the 2 in Burbank.
I figured
so much better.
That's the better idea.
It's still, like, kind of packed, but it's Burbank, so, like, it doesn't matter that much.
It's just nice to be able to, like, walk to the movie. Like, I mean, it's a little far. It's like a mile, but it's kind of a brisk walk, you know. And then you get to that fucking Universal Hill.
Oh, dude, I hate that thing so much.
But it's convenient. But yeah, dude, holy shit. It was a world of difference going to yours, the one in Woodland Hills. It was so nice. Oh. It was so nice. It had all of the amenities, just as nice, just not fucking crowded.
Dude, that is my ideal movie-going experience.
Yeah, no kidding.
Because I'm already, like, I don't like being around that many people. It still, like, stresses me out. But, stressful. Like, dude, it's so nice. Just kind of walk in. There's, like, maybe 4 or 5 people. And you're like, all right, cool.
Like, let's fucking go. Yeah.
It's so nice.
No one in your entire row. It's so sick.
That's the best. That's the best feeling. It's like when you show up, sit down, and there's nobody. Yeah. Like, the lights are still on.
Yeah.
It's so nice.
It's great.
Speaking of the lights still on, when we saw Scream, for, like, the first 10 minutes, the lights were still on.
Oh, no.
And we were like...
Are they not on a timer? Someone's manually doing that?
I guess.
They'd be on a timer.
Yeah, so, like, we were like, do we go say something? Or, like, do they know it?
Right.
One dude got up and went out, and he comes back in, and he's like, they're working on it. And I was like, what do you mean they're working on it?
They're, like, trying to flip the switch. They got, like, 5 people, like, standing around it. Like,
somebody poured cement over it, so it's just stuck. They super glued in, like, the like, opening around the switch. Oh, my God, dude.
What are you gonna do? Everyone from the concession stand, all the ticket takers are all just on around this one switch. kind of standing there.
Everyone at the concession stands just like, did we just like hop over? Do we just take it?
Yeah, as well. They're working on it. What does that mean? I don't know. I don't know how movie theaters work. I don't pretend to know how they work. Maybe it's a complicated process.
It's weird.
Maybe the lights there are different. It's like a code every time. You have to go like, okay, was it up, left, down, 3 circles?
It's like one of those little like Steam key kind of things. So like it updates every like 30 seconds and you have to type it in to turn it off every time.
Fuck. Give me the phone. No,
it's two-factor authentication, guys. Where is it? Who has the account?
Two-factor authentication for your home lights, dude. That would be so fucking obnoxious. Oh, that's hilarious.
My buddy Silas just like kind of turned his whole apartment into like a smart home.
Yeah.
He was just like, I bought all new light switches, swapped them out, everything's voice activated. And I was like, that's kind of tight. So like every now and then like we'll like hang out in Discord, like playing games and stuff. And you'll just hear him like down the hall be like, okay, Google, turn on den lights. And I was like, oh my God. Let's get back in. We're all dying.
It looks like the device hasn't been set up yet. You can do that in assistant settings.
Oh shit.
Some of the things just happened. The fucking loud ass car.
That was wild. I did not think it would accept me.
It accepts you.
Now we know.
That's so funny. Damn, this might have to wait for the second half of the pod because it's a whole thing. But I have more apartment woes.
Oh God, dude.
And this one's a doozy. Just this is an absolute freaking hangle dangler, man. It's
all
crazy.
Right. What happened?
I'll start it now, and we can keep it going. So, I get there. I mean, they're like always doing work. They're always doing construction here. Still, like a year later, and especially on this floor, like right down the hall, the ceiling has been taken out. There's just like scraps all over the floor. There's like a big X over one of the doors, and like it's been going on for like 3 weeks, 4 weeks at this point. I get an Instagram message, right? And we all know, to recap, they've never responded to my emails in the leasing office. They're really bad at fixing things. They're like, whatever. It's super inconvenient. There's no guest parking. It's just like a whole, and they're charging us through the ass. Like we should not be getting charged as much as we are for what we're getting as far as what they're giving us. So yeah,
you're right.
So I get an Instagram message yesterday at like 1 p.m. and it's from this girl that lives up on the penthouse. And it says, hey, FYI, there's mold in the walls at blank apartment complex. I almost said it.
This building's only been here for like a year, dude.
Yeah. There's mold in the walls. And I was like, how do you know? And she said, well, my neighbors, one of their pipes burst or something like that, and the leasing office just didn't do anything to fix it, yada, yada. She said, fast forward, like eventually there's this big spot growing on their wall. They have to like go in there and fix it. They open it up and there's mold in the wall. So they're like pissed. They're like, whatever. The apartment complex is not doing anything about it. So they're like, we need to break our lease, whatever. It's like unhealthy. Like it's bad.
You can sue for that shit, especially if they don't do anything with it.
So they're not doing anything. So they wouldn't even break their lease, nothing. They wouldn't buy them out of the rest of their lease, none of that. So they moved out and they're trying to sue, right? Okay. So there's that. But since the pipe burst, that's why the ceiling is fucked up underneath. And so the 2 apartments below it, so the penthouse is on 5, the apartment below it on 4, and the apartment below it on 3 both flooded.
Wild.
And like they had to be completely gutted, whatever. The people had to move out into a hotel for 2 to 3 weeks. Dude. So I think they're still in a hotel. The apartment complex is not paying for the hotel.
That's bullshit.
Which is illegal.
Yeah. Are they paying for any of the things that were damaged in the apartment?
They're not. I think that's what renter's insurance is for.
Okay, so you do have insurance.
Yeah,
Good.
You have to have insurance here.
Cool.
They like require it. So that'll get taken care of. It's shitty, but they're not paying for their time away from their house. Like, so this is all coming out of their own pocket.
That's so shitty, dude.
Then, did I tell you about the girl who got attacked, the dog who got attacked in the elevator?
Oh yes, you did say. Okay. You did tell me about that one.
So this dog who got attacked almost dead, like almost died, like
oh shit
after that attack. Apparently, this girl knows all of these people, and the apartment complex is refusing to release the security tape to this girl because she's like, obviously, like, and that dog who attacked her dog has attacked 3 other dogs and has not gotten kicked out. That the person has not been reprimanded. They haven't said, hey, you can't keep this dog here anymore, whatever.
Right.
Like, the dog has
What
attacked
the
2 other
fuck,
dogs. They are not releasing the security tape of the dog getting attacked to this girl.
I can kind of see that because it is like their proprietary thing.
Right.
It's shitty.
Yeah.
I understand it though.
I suppose I understand it, but like this girl is trying to.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
You know.
I think she's at that point like she's just gonna have to like sue for it.
Yeah.
Like sue somebody for damages.
Yeah.
And then get a warrant for it.
Yeah.
So which is annoying because then you're stuck with litigation and fees.
There's
and
like
shit
I know, it's really unfortunate, all of that shit.
Right.
So all of what else? I have to look at the message. Oh, and then apparently one of the main people, well, actually the head of leasing, works here because his dad is the president of the development company. So that's why he has that job, and he hired like a second in command. And the only reason that other person was hired is because they used to date. And so, but neither of them are competent at running things, whatever. And so I have to pull up the messages actually
That's
that
funny,
this girl sent me.
How did this person find you on Instagram?
We follow each other. Like,
okay, so like you know each other.
Yeah,
okay,
it's just
cool,
like
cool,
happenstance that we live in the same building, but we ran into each other a while ago.
Oh yes, I think you told me about this person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so she says, let's see. I'm trying to see what else. Oh, and then so she lived with her boyfriend. Then they broke up, so he moved out.
Okay. This is still the same person.
This is the same
right?
person.
Okay.
Who's telling me all this info. She broke up with her boyfriend, but she was friends, like core friends with like 2 other girls who lived on her floor, and then they were friends with the person who was dating the guy, the head leasing guy.
Got it.
So they're all kind of close, whatever. As soon as, and this is just personal drama. This really doesn't have anything to do with.
But it adds some nice flavor.
Yes, it does.
Know?
So when her boyfriend broke up with her, he started sleeping with one of the other girls, whatever.
Big yikes.
And so then that caused like this whole big like rift in that friend group. But because one of the people in the friend group is the person who works here and is supposed to take care of shit, anytime that my friend has a complaint, it gets discarded and thrown away because of this like catty thing, like like whatever.
This whole scenario right here would make like a great like teen drama.
I know.
Like a Gossip Girl type
I
shit.
know.
Like give me that, but like fucked up like this.
Yeah.
Do that.
It's like high school all over again.
That's so funny.
So she
dude.
wrote an email.
And these are like grown ass people literally managing an apartment complex, bro.
Yes. So
my god, dude.
So she wrote like this long ass email and she sent me a screenshot of it.
Oh fuck, that's a lot of words.
It's a lot of words. I'll read it after the break. Holy shit. So she writes this long email to the management company and she said she's gonna keep me posted with updates, but
tight.
Hi. It starts with hi. You know you're at wit's end when like instead of like hello or dear whatever or just checking in or whatever, it's just like hi.
And there's no punctuation.
Yeah.
It's just hi and then next thing.
Yep.
No comma, no exclamation point.
Yeah.
Just right the fuck into it.
Yeah. But apparently so for more backstory, the lady who works here, who is like, involved in that circle of friends who then started fucking things up, she has caused a bunch of problems for her, apparently.
The
lady who
person,
works here.
yes, that was hired as the second,
Yes.
that is no longer dating the dude who runs the place,
Right. But
is
still,
causing problems for the
my
person
friend
that's
who
above
messaged
you.
me. Yes.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah, I'm trying to avoid saying names, and it's hard when
Yes.
you have to do that by just being like this person.
As I'm trying to make like the fucking spider web in my head.
Exactly. So the lady who works here has been causing a lot of problems and doesn't fix things in general, whatever. We all knew this, but apparently it's extra bad for my friend who sent me these messages. All right, so her email. Hi. Nothing was ever done when it came to name of lady who works here. Just like nothing is ever taken care of when it's needed to. It's completely unethical and crosses boundaries and when it comes to professionalism. The way your management allows this type of behavior from a leasing agent is beyond me, but I'm not surprised after experiencing how poorly apartment complex management handles the needs and emergencies of their tenants. And then she goes down this laundry list. One girl's dog got attacked by a pit bull and almost died. Apartment complex did not release the video to the victim and took many months for them to even care about the issues. That girl's dog nearly dying wasn't enough to kick the aggressive dog out. That dog also attacked my dog and many others. My neighbor on the penthouse, whose apartment flooded, and turned out there were high toxicity levels of mold and apartment complex, wouldn't break their lease to a unit that was unlivable. Blah, blah, blah. And then she kind of, are you guys so cheap that you'd rather sicken your tenants for the sake of not losing money? Also, you guys willingly know the building was not built properly, meaning every unit might have mold. Or how the unit under the unit that has mold on the 4th floor, the apartment got completely destroyed, so they had to live in a hotel for weeks, but apartment complex was not kind enough to reimburse them for the hotel. Or the neighbor whose blinds were installed poorly and it fell on his expensive equipment. That's me. But it took apartment complex months to solve issues when it came to that as well, when it was clearly at the fault of, the apartment complex and the workers.
Right. Does this count as our relationship advice for the day?
This could be our relationship advice.
Did that word come out of my mouth? Relationship?
I think so.
Okay, it was like very muddled in my head. Yeah, we got it. Anyways.
My neighbor below me, my neighbor below me has been aggressive and confrontational in the past. Okay, so apparently this guy, she was telling me about this as well. She's addressed this multiple times apparently to the.
And this is just somebody that lives here,
yeah,
not like part of
here.
this weird sphere of people.
Yeah.
Okay.
So like this completely separate person harasses her and would stalk her and knock on her door and ask to come in at night and shit like that and real creepy shit. And she's addressed that to them multiple times and nothing has been done. She said, living in apartment complex has been unpleasant, not only for me, but for many other residents. It's a small enough building where people talk and express their concerns, especially when our concerns are all alike. My advice is that apartment complex thrives to do a much better job, especially since the rent is extremely overpriced to begin with. Facts.
Especially for this area.
Yes, I know.
What you're paying is kind of insane.
It's insane. I can get a 3-bedroom in that building for what I'm paying.
That's insane, dude.
Barely a little more than what I'm paying, but still, a 3-bedroom. I can see the building right here. My advice, blah, 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 you want us to pay an excessive amount and give little to nothing in return, and regarding customer service, blah, blah, blah. I expect to have a response on what's going on with blank. Her dating blank in the past should not be a reason why she's still here. So this lady just laid into it, man.
Let's go.
Absolutely fucking demolished.
And it was kind of worded pretty well.
Yeah.
I think, it's not. I mean, obviously it's accusatory. That's
right.
Kind of the thing. But I mean, the backup is there.
But it was fact. Maybe a little bit of this is how it makes me feel, but it wasn't over the top where it was came off as.
And it's not the thing where it's just no worries if not kind of thing. It's very much this is a problem. This is the place that I pay money to live in.
I expect a response.
Yeah. That's annoying, dude.
They're also raising all of our rent prices by $200 to $300 a month next leasing term.
Whoa! So every month of your next lease, they're raising your rent by $200.
Not cumulatively, but it will add up to a $200 a month increase.
Oh, okay.
No. Not like that. It's it's just here's your new rent amount. It comes out to what you're paying plus $200 a month.
Yep. That's what happened to us. Ours literally rose by $233. And I was like, fuck. And that was when I emailed our leasing office and I was like, hey, this seems really high to me, which I think I've literally talked about this on the pod before, but I was like, hey, this seems really high. And they were like, oh, it's based off of the current value of your apartment,
so
which has raised by $1,000 since you signed your lease initially. And I was like,
how?
I was like, you're telling me that this apartment is now over $3,000 a month?
Dude, that's
I'm not paying that, thankfully.
That's insane.
But I was just like, you're telling me that you want somebody to pay $3,000 a month for this apartment? This is insane, dude.
That.
Well, actually, since it was when I signed it, it's technically over $3,700 a month. Because if it rose by $1,000, when we signed for that apartment, it was $2,650 a month before we added on our cat fees and stuff like that, right? So yeah, if it rose by $1,000, my apartment is currently worth almost $4,000 a month for a 2-bed.
Oh my god! For a
2-bed.
No, that's so fucked.
Yeah, that's insane, dude.
That's disgusting. That's a disgusting amount of money.
Yeah, and I was just I would expect to see a 4 to 7% rent increase.
Yeah,
that's a normal rent increase. I still think it's bullshit, but that is what I would expect to see. And this was like way more than that.
Oh my god, way more.
Yeah, and so I was just like,
Absolutely.
hey, I want some clarification on this.
Wow, that's insane.
And that was the first time that I've ever received an email back from the leasing office in the same day that I sent the email.
Yep.
Even if I sent it at like 9 a.m.
Yeah.
I never get anything back within
When it's something
24
you
hours.
want them to do, they don't respond. And then when it's like something that they're telling you to do and you're like, oh, I have a question, it's just like, no, this is what it is.
Yep.
That's how it goes always.
Dude, fucking landlords, renting companies, always the worst. I can't wait to go back to either like a private landlord or just like fucking buying a townhome
At
/
this
condo
point,
or something.
I mean, for fucking I mean, I know you're paying that, but like, I mean, you could own a nice place for that. And
Yeah.
you just got to get the down payment, and then, but like, if you're fucking, it's so
Right.
stupid.
Yeah, and it's just like once you get to a point where you can like even afford a mortgage, like a mortgage in LA is still really expensive. Like if you can knock it out with a pretty decent down payment, sure, but like a fucking down payment here is like $100,000.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Like minimum. And so it's like, what the fuck do I do with that? Like that's impossible to do.
Yeah.
So
it's fucked.
it is super fucked. But damn, dude, that's a lot.
Absolutely insane. So
That is
there's-
some Gossip Girl type shit.
There's
man.
some Gossip Girl type shit going on. I mean, you've got like interpersonal drama, you've got mold, you've got crazy angry dogs. Tune in next time to see what happens.
Got corporate overlords not
Yeah.
returning emails.
It's fucked, man.
Dude, that's so crazy. I'm so excited for you to fucking leave this place.
I can't
dude.
wait. I truly cannot wait. 2 months and I'm gone.
Oh, God.
2 absolute months.
Let me know if you need help moving.
Yeah, I'll let you know.
Holy shit, dude.
I've been like looking, kind
Yeah.
of just like it doesn't make sense to look until like a month before you have to move anyways.
Right, because the price is going to drastically change.
Right,
so.
or like places are going to open up, places are going to close up. Like I could
Right.
be like, oh, I want to move into this place right now, but you know
can't.
I can't for 2 months.
Right.
And then in that 2 months, I guarantee someone's going to move into it. That's just how it goes here.
Yep.
So we'll see, but yeah, I April 30th is my last day here, so I'll probably start looking like a little more seriously towards the end of March, and then like in the beginning of April, I'll like start calling and taking
Attaboy.
tours and shit.
Yeah, that was the biggest hack that I've found is calling places.
Dude,
because
yeah.
it's always like $200 a month cheaper
Yep.
if you call them
Yep.
rather than doing it.
Yeah.
It's so weird.
There's places that are just not on apartments.com or whatever. That's just, I mean, cheaper because they don't have to pay the fee. They charge more on apartments.com and shit like that because like they have to offset their own fees or whatever.
Right.
It's so stupid. So yeah, I'm down to just live in a smaller building. I'm down to live in I'm not gonna live in a place like this again.
Yeah.
Like it's like I'm fine scrimping a little bit and
Yep.
just like saving some money because it's just insane.
That's how like we feel about our place because like we love the unit itself. Like it's a nice unit.
Right.
Location's great.
Yeah.
Like it's a pretty big complex, but we never really see the other tenants.
Right.
Like we see maybe the dude that lives across the hall from us once every couple of weeks, and other than that, we never really see anybody. We see people like driving in and out and like walking their dogs and stuff, but that's pretty much it. So it's like living there's been fine. It's just like management's kind of shitty, and then like I don't really want to be spending the amount of money for like the things that I'm getting. So I'm like, I don't want to do this anymore.
Yeah.
So
It sucks. But that's how big buildings are, though,
Yeah.
I mean, it's just like, it's so hard, regardless of, even if you're the best fucking manager, it's so hard for one small team of people to manage 80 units.
so dumb. It's crazy, dude.
So-
Like that was the thing that I loved about my old apartment was like my landlord was so responsive, and he was just like this old Armenian dude.
Hell yeah.
Like he'd show up and he'd be like smoking a cigarette, and
Let's
he'd
go.
be like, "Oh, you're here," and then he'd like give us stuff. But like, I mean, if we had a light bulb out, he'd be like, "All right, I'll be there in like 10 minutes."
Yeah.
And like he'd show up in 10 minutes with like a shopping bag filled with light bulbs, and he would just give us the whole thing.
That's so nice. My
Yeah.
last apartment, when there was a light bulb out, I asked them, I was like, hey, there's a light bulb out. They're like, that's your responsibility.
Dude, he would come in and
It's literally not, though.
dude, he would change our air filter every 3 months.
Fuck yeah.
He'd come in, like, he'd be like, all right, we got, like, new filter, just needed, like, swap it out. Are you guys home? And we'd be like, yeah, come on in. And he'd show
That's what I'm
up,
talking about.
pull it
man.
out, pull the thing out, put the new one in, he'd have us run it to test it, make sure that it's all working.
That's
and
a
then
good
he'd leave.
landlord. That's a landlord that cares about, like, that does it because it seems like he likes doing it. Not
Yeah.
just because, like, damn, I'm just trying to fuck people over and make a
And-
shitload of money.
It was annoying because they, like, added a unit onto the building that I
Yeah.
was like, this could have used some foresight,
Yeah.
I think, which kind of, like, fucked us for a little bit. But, like, at the end of the day, whatever. Like once it was fixed, I was like, all right, at least they're not fucking ripping up concrete on the other side of my bedroom wall anymore.
Right.
But
That's
dude,
true.
he was just so good. And Megan's last landlord was incredible too. Like, didn't care about really anything. Always like would check up on them and stuff.
Yeah,
it was great.
That's cool.
I just private landlords are so much better. No landlord is good, but private ones are much better than fucking
these ones that just like the development company owns 17 other apartment buildings around here, and they just don't give a single shit.
And their company isn't even like in the city.
Yeah,
they're in like Chicago.
Yeah, and
like
they cut
literally
a bunch
our
of
company.
corners.
Yeah, our company that like owns ours owns shit all across the country, and they're headquartered in Chicago.
Insane.
And I was like, okay, that's weird, but fine, I guess.
It's wild to me. Yeah, it's so fucking. It's crazy. I mean, it's an insane business model.
It is.
You know,
you just own places that people live. It's weird.
And you just cut. I mean, they cut so many corners when they build
dude.
this. When they build, I mean, not just this place, but just like places like this that are like the luxury, minimalist, whatever. They cut every fucking corner imaginable to make it look nice. It's like, you know, fucking. What's that meme? Where it's just like looks super nice on the outside, but it's like they're wearing a mask. I don't fucking remember, but it's like there's too many memes.
You can picture it.
You can picture it where it's like, oh, super nice and shiny on the outside, but it's like held up by like cardboard, and it's like this really shitty like.
It's like a gremlin.
My
like
doors open into each other.
Ugh.
I can't open my doors in my bedroom and my bathroom all the way because they meet in the middle and fucking.
That's the same thing. Like, so in our bedroom, you walk in, and immediately to the right is the bathroom door, and then like the left is the room, I guess. So like if the bedroom door is open, and the bathroom door is closed, you like bump it into each other, and the handles are at like the same level.
Yeah.
So like if you hit it, it just makes like a super loud noise and like slaps it closed. And I'm just like, who thought this was a good idea?
Just switch the direction of one of the doors, please.
That's it. That's all I'm asking, man.
Oh my god.
It's just, it's so weird. Like you see those things and you're just like, who thought this was the right way to do this?
No one thought of it. They're
It's
like,
insane,
how can we save space and maximize our profits? And it's by doing shit that doesn't make sense.
And then we buy plywood doors.
Yep.
That like you could tear off with your bare hands. It's just, yeah, man, it's wild. Wild shit.
Gotta love living. It's so funny because this is like solely an issue in cities like this.
Yeah.
You know?
Right.
It's like if you don't live here, you're like, what?
Yeah, exactly. Like I'm sure a lot of people have had great experiences in complexes in fucking Indiana, Illinois. Sure. But like you go to Chicago, New York, San Francisco, LA, probably Austin at this point too, Atlanta, Miami, like
Definitely.
It's always an issue because it's expensive and people are trying to make money off of it.
Right.
Which like you as soon as you raise that floor, so many people fall through those cracks.
Yeah.
And then you're just fucked.
Yeah.
And then you have nothing, man.
Yep. Damn, that's true. That's a fact. I just try not to think about how much like what we could do with the amount that we're paying in anywhere else.
Dude,
it's so hard to think about.
That's like every time I break it down, I like look at it and I'm like, yes, I am making considerably more money here than I would be anywhere else, especially for what I do.
Absolutely.
So I was like, that's fine. But like with what I'm making, if I didn't have to spend nearly a quarter of it on rent every month, dude, what would happen? What would be? Where's the limit?
Right.
Doesn't exist.
It doesn't exist. The limit does not exist.
Does not exist.
Yeah, it's a little depressing and dark to think about, but hey, you know,
everybody's got to suffer, right?
Everyone's got to suffer. That's the American dream,
right?
You know,
exactly. That's the whole point of capitalism. Is
you got to suffer.
We love a story about somebody suffering and overcoming it.
And then when you're not suffering anymore, it's like, hey, congrats, but like, you earned it through suffering.
Yeah. And then it's also like, okay, well, like, look where you are now. Like, you can't say that you're suffering. Yeah. It's like, but like they did though.
Yeah.
It's weird, man. The whole American concept of like success is so weird. Like when you think about it, when you like nuance it out a little bit, you're like, that's weird. Yeah. that's a little fucked up.
The whole American concept of anything is weird.
True.
You know?
True.
America has taken anything that could ever exist ever and privatized it and made it into a thing that people have to pay for.
Yep. And then we made highways for everything for some fucking reason.
I was reading this thing on Reddit the other day and it was like something about this hospital visit that this guy had or whatever. And he just goes in, he's like, yeah, so, like, it was one of the comments. It was a comment under this guy saying, I fucking hate how much I had to pay for, like, a simple, procedure or whatever.
No, yeah, normal American healthcare stuff.
And then this guy, top comment under it was like, oh my God, I feel your pain. Like, I just had to do, like, this. And then he's like, let me just walk you through my hospital experience. It was like, I had to do this. And then, like, the ambulance had to pick me up. And then I had to do this. And then, like, they had to give me this medicine and this and this. And it was, like, this whole big thing. And then I'm ready to be like, oh my God, I can't wait to... I'm like, this poor fucking guy. And he's like, I live in Canada and it was free. And I was like, you
bitch.
Fucker. I was
you bitch.
And everyone underneath it was like, oh my God, I was getting ready to just like absolutely, cry at how much you had to pay. But he was like, suckering it up like, oh, this and this. And then we had to do this. And then I had like an inpatient stay. And then they had to come to my house, whatever. It was free.
Dude, one of my favorite things is finding somebody online realizing what the American healthcare system is like.
Yeah.
Because it's always funny. They're like, wait, what?
Yeah.
You have to pay for aspirin?
Yeah.
You have to pay for emergency services?
Yeah.
What?
It's
They're like, what
insane.
does your tax dollars go to? And it's like, well, we don't know.
We don't know. We absolutely don't know.
It's fine.
It makes no sense. They should go to shit like that. And like, we played at the tennis today at a high school. And like, this is the first high school that I've seen that like is just wide open on the weekends and like lets the public use their courts and lets them use their whatever. Like, I don't see that very much because that's what taxes go towards. Like, that's technically, it is our right as a taxpayer to be able to use the whatever. But that's so rare. I rarely see that.
Dude, one of my favorite like things to have running while I like work is this dude is. I've probably talked about him before, but he's like the city planner. Like he works in the city planner's office for Madison, Wisconsin. Oh, nice. And he has a YouTube channel where he plays like city building sim games. Oh, so like City Skylines, like that's the one that he plays. Yeah. And he builds cities like from a city planning perspective and like kind of explains it and stuff. And he was like building this whole like hotel complex for like a rural community. And he was just like, a lot of times rural communities will bring in bigger hotels so that the community as a whole can use the facilities. So like they'll bring in a hotel, put like a gym and a pool in it so that the community can use said gym and pool. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know
And I was like, that's kind of neat. I never thought of that.
Yeah.
And that's maybe that's why you see some of these like randomly placed hotels in smaller towns and stuff. It was just really interesting.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
They don't have to pay for that? Supposedly?
Yeah.
That's what they're like
supposedly
tax dollars go towards?
Yeah. I mean, he didn't really go into detail, but he was like, this is how like some like smaller rural communities like view and work with these things. And I was like, that's kind of neat.
That's wild.
I know.
I didn't think about that.
It's also interesting to think about from the hotel's perspective. We have a fucking hospital across the street from us.
Oh my god.
So like 3 or 4 times a day is just an ambulance ripping down the street. And we're like, go get them, kids.
Dude. That's fucking...
It's crazy, but super convenient for us.
Oh yeah, no
because we both have Kaiser as our insurance, so we just
great. It's a Kaiser
pop
hospital
down there. Yep. That was where I got like all my vaccination shots and everything like that. Vaccination shots.
Vaccination shots, booster immunizations.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
I only got 2, so
yeah,
that's what it is.
You got you got your booster. You had J&J and then you had your booster.
Yeah. So I got the Moderna booster because I had heard that one had the best efficacy rating for a booster.
So we'll have to. No, did I get the Pfizer? Did I get the Modernsky? I don't remember.
Modernsky, dude. I walked into Costco and they're like, "So which one do you want?" And I was like, "Oh, it's like a vending machine."
Yeah.
kind of thing. Is that what this is?
Press here for this. Press here for that.
Yeah. It was weird.
I think it was Moderna actually. I don't know. Whatever. Fucking who cares? I haven't gotten it yet.
Come on. How have you not gotten your boosty yet?
No, I haven't gotten COVID yet.
Okay. That makes more sense.
No, I've gotten boosted for sure. I haven't gotten my my COVID yet.
Yeah.
I hope I don't.
That's like our whole thing is like we've traveled like through airports and shit to like hotbeds in America, which is just the Midwest. And no problems.
Right.
It's crazy.
It's great.
I'm like, damn, looks like masks and vaccines work, bro. Who would have thought?
Who would have fucking thought?
Who would have thought that hundreds of years of scientific and medical research and funding works?
Crazy thought. Truly.
Insane, dude.
Truly just mind-blowing. Fucking wild, dude. What else is new? What's been going on?
Nothing.
Yeah, dude, same.
It's been weird. Like,
yeah,
nothing is happening.
There's nothing happening, but at the same time, everything is happening. It's like
Oh,
The world is happening.
there's a lot of shit happening in the world.
Yeah.
But I'm like...
But I'm not doing anything.
Yeah, I'm like, I can't do anything with Ukraine. I can't do anything with Canada. So I'm like,
yeah.
I'm not gonna say anything about
I'm
those.
just absolutely chilling. They're ending our mask mandate next month, which is crazy.
Which I'm still...
It feels like they've tried to do
about.
this 7 times.
And every time they do it, it gets worse.
They're like, well, we shouldn't have done that.
Yeah. Dude, I got an email from work, like, this week that was like, we're resuming our, like, soft open next week.
Oh, wow.
And I was like, what the fuck? And it's like, you still have to wear masks, but, like, they want people to come back to the office. And I'm like, I do not want to wear a mask all day in my office.
When I can do the same shit at home and not wear one.
Yeah, and be totally fine and not have to sit in traffic and not have to, like, do all this other stuff.
Does that mean you're going to have to come into the office every day?
I don't know what it really means.
Guess,
like, it's still, like, a soft open. So, like, our supervisors, it's like, we're really, I'm only going to make it until, like, we are told that we have to come back to the office, which... is kind of a shitty thing to do in general. They're like, we're just gonna make it like a necessity thing.
Yeah.
Like if we have like a screening, if we have like X, Y, and Z happening that we need to be in the office, we'll come into the office. But other than that, we're just always gonna be from home. And I was like, cool, that sounds lovely.
Good.
Dude.
That sounds like
dope.
Ideal. Well, I just don't understand why there's a need anymore to come
I don't either, man. Especially for
what you're doing.
What I do.
Yes.
Like
I know.
for like our whole company, like it doesn't really make sense other than the fact that they spent a fuck ton of money on these studio spaces and they have to get their money out of it. So, which like I get, but also at the same time too, hey, maybe you just make like some farms, you know, like take one of the buildings, turn it into a computer farm, put like the render farm underneath it, and then boom, you have one building
easy
that all you're doing is worrying about heating like and cooling for computers.
Right.
Like you don't have to keep people living there, and then you just close down other spaces that you would put people in. To me, that makes so much sense.
It does. It really does. But you know, we're not the people making those calls.
Yeah, of course. Which
unfortunately,
I do think it'll be interesting in like 40 years when we are those people making the calls.
Yeah.
To be like, oh, like what is going to be the evolution of like working in the next 40 years? Because like right now we're kind of in the middle of like
a shift.
Yeah, like a whole like kind of cultural working shift, because a lot of the people of our generation are like, we don't want to spend all our time working.
Right.
Why do we want to do all of this stuff when like a lot of it's just mostly like somebody standing over your shoulder making sure you're working, when it's like you get everything done, you move on, who cares?
I know.
Like eliminate some of these like positions that don't necessarily matter, like a lot of managerial positions.
Yeah, facts.
You know, just close down some of the spots, give people more time off. Like it's we're seeing this cultural shift of like America grinding you into the ground because that's what we believe is supposed to happen.
Right.
And now it's like, oh, maybe we should actually have time to do things we want to do as people.
What a concept, man.
Yeah, it's
It'll make us
weird.
Happier. It'll make us better workers. So it all kind of helps.
Yeah, and granted, we're only at like the beginning because there's still a lot of pushback on that.
Yeah, it'll be a weird, interesting like 10, 15, 20 years, I think.
Yeah.
But we'll be around to see it, which is interesting. You
Well,
know, you don't
hopefully.
think about that. Well, yeah, hopefully. Hopefully.
I don't want to count my chickens, you know what
I mean? I won't count my chickens. But yeah, that's... I don't know. It's weird to think about shit that far in the future. I just can't do it. I can't think about shit more than like a couple of years ahead. It just doesn't make sense.
Like my whole thing is like, you know, people are like, I have a 1, 5, 10, and 15-year plan. I'm like, I've got like a 3-year plan.
Right.
Like...
I could stretch it to 5 if I need to, but like anything past that, like it's just so things change just too quick.
Yeah, and that plan can like get completely derailed in like 3 months.
Yeah,
and then I'll be like, all right, well, here's the new plan, I guess.
Yeah.
So I just don't focus on it. Which,
I know.
You know, whatever. Who cares?
It is what it is.
I was talking to my like financial planner, and they were like, so what are your goals? And I was like, I don't know, to not die.
Yeah.
Give me some insurance. Put shit in places so that when I'm 65 I can pull out a tiny bit from it. That's it. That's all I got.
Yeah.
I don't have any idea beyond that.
Right. The and the cure. They're rolling. They're fucking rolling. I forgot to get water. Fuck. Oh shit.
Dude, you just sound like a fucking like TikTok star.
I know.
That's all that sounds like.
Oh, dude, I forgot about this. There was just like a group of TikTokers outside my apartment yesterday,
Did you take a video?
I did take a video.
Dude, put it up. Send it to influencers in the wild.
I should.
It's my
they
favorite
were honestly kind of crushing it. Not gonna lie, like they were doing a dance.
Okay.
So they set up their tripod, whatever.
What a weird place to do that.
That's what I thought too. Like they must live here. Otherwise, this makes no sense to do here.
Like this is just a street.
Yeah.
Like there's nothing special on, especially right here.
I know.
You're got like
facing
a driveway
towards the alley.
Yeah.
It's so silly. So whatever, they like start it.
The fucking is that a speaker or a water bottle?
That's a speaker. They're like mouthing some words. You can see them mouthing some words, and then they do like a fake little like. All right, hold up. It started. They're like, "Yo, should we do that?" Yeah. All right. Okay.
Oh fuck. Oh shit.
They kind of crush it.
They're actually like pretty well synchronized.
I know.
I mean, I hate this, but it's impressive. You know. Are these two dudes wearing the same shoes? Are they all wearing the same shoes? And this dude back here?
I mean, they're kind of good.
I mean, they're kind of good. They're straight up wearing like the same pair of shoes.
Dude, they did this for, I shit you not, an hour and a half.
Oh my god, no way.
An hour and a half they were doing it. I don't know if they were trying to perfect it. I don't know if they were just recording a shitload of them.
That's entirely too much.
They did it for an hour and a half. Like that, I thought was the final take. I was like, wow, they got it down pat.
Imagine the dude in that white car just like trying to fucking leave.
Yeah.
Hey, can I walk through? Just one more.
Sorry, we're just doing this. I gotta go. Sir, we're filming something.
Bro, I gotta go to work.
Yeah.
One of my favorite things about like the influencers in the wild is like they'll sometimes like drag people. So like my favorite one is like people at the gym who like set their thing up and then get mad at somebody who like walks through their shot. Yeah. And they're like, bro, you're at a gym.
Yeah.
Other people are here. Like, I'm sorry you don't have this section cut off. I gotta get over there.
They'll love the ones that are like very public and they're like dancing and shit. People are like they're like,
and they're like getting mad at people.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, I'm like, dude, that's why like film sets have like wranglers. That's why you like get a space.
Yeah.
You don't just show up and do something and then get mad at people for making it harder for you.
Spot, bro.
Yeah.
I'm trying to hit this fucking.
That shit pisses me off so much.
Yeah, it's
so annoying.
I mean, they weren't really in anyone's way, so like whatever.
Right.
But like it was, I was like, it's funny. It's just funny to see.
It's always funny to see it, dude. It's like it's one thing when you see like fucking like grip trucks and stuff and like dudes like walking out like hauling stuff. Like a set, you're like, damn, that's cool.
That's cool.
But when you see that and it's just like a little like iPhone on a tripod and then like a JBL speaker, you're always like, y'all good?
Yeah.
Like
move. I would never be able to do that.
Oh, dude, it would kill me.
Absolutely not.
I hate being in public. Like, I hate being perceived in any way, shape, or form. So, like, the moment that I have to do it in public,
I'm done.
The moment I draw attention to myself is the moment I implode.
Yeah, I can't
awful.
do that shit. When there's a fucking camera on me, I'm like, I don't.
This is nice because we're in
a house.
Someone's apartment.
We don't need to do anything. Like, no one's looking in the windows.
Right.
I mean, maybe. I always debate on, like, when I should or should not walk around naked.
Oh, dude. I think about that all the time because like we'll always have one light on in our apartment and we are like close to other people. Right. Everybody always keeps their blinds on, like open, and we just walk around. Like Megan walks around like topless all the time, and I'm just like, are you comfortable? And she was like, I don't care, I live here. And I was like,
that's true.
You're right.
That's true.
That's a good point.
Yeah, I just don't want like. At night, really. I don't think in the daytime it really makes a difference. But like at night, I see there's a dude who sits there and on his computer, he's like gaming all the time.
Yeah,
if he was to turn around at the wrong time, he'd just fucking see me hanging brain, like walking from my shower to get a pair of underwear from the dryer because just hanging brain, you know, absolutely dangling. So
just fucking angling out here, man.
Absolutely ice fishing.
Just trying to get a fucking munch on the end of it. You know what I mean? Just a quick little
fanning my kneecaps,
feeling the breeze between my knees. You know what I mean?
Oh god!
Just airing it out.
Just getting my gonads.
It gets swampy down there, man.
It does.
You gotta get a breeze through there.
I got this swamp spray. It's like a nut spray for like before you play tennis, before you do physical
Oh,
activity.
okay. So it's to prevent swamp,
It
not
prevents-
to create it.
no. Yeah,
Got
no,
it. Okay. For some reason, I was just like a squirt gun.
Ew, yeah, it just like creates like moldy balls.
Ew, dude.
Yeah, it's like a fresh spray that you spray on before you do a physical activity, and
Nice.
it prevents like chafing and like
Fuck yeah.
swamp
It's
nuts.
like Gold Bond shit.
Yeah, it's
Hell
like
yeah.
shit like that, but it's cold as fuck. I never get used to it. It feels good though, man. It's like a breath. It's like it's got like fucking tea
like-
tree oil or something. It like tingles. Ah, that shit is
Closes
nice.
your pores a little
Yeah.
bit. Dude, it's like every morning, like somebody like drinks coffee, now you just spray your balls with
Yeah.
some Gold Bond and move on. That's my coffee, baby.
It's great. It's like got a nozzle, just points straight up because they know what
It's like fucking whipped cream, but they're just like, nah, man, just spray it on your balls.
Yep, it's just nice and pressurized. It hits them square every time. Just kind of nice little.
If you hit like one of them directly, it actually kind of like hurts a little bit.
Yeah.
Tingles.
Yeah, it's a good tingle.
We love a good tingle.
Love a good tingle.
Goddamn.
Well, everyone, we appreciate you tuning into the Lunchtime Serenade podcast. This was episode 67. To recap, we ate a stand.
Dude, are you okay?
No,
Like, is everything fine?
I'm good. Just a little overbrained.
God damn it, dude.
Welcome. Thank you for the.
Holy shit.
So-
Thank you, everybody, for tuning in for the episode 67 of the Lunchtime Serenade podcast. I'm Brian. This is Nick. We ate a stand burger. We talked about some just fucking sad shit. And we'll catch you next time. Middle of the day, middle of the week. Peace.
Oh, it's salty.
What?